Do you like GTA 5? Odds are, if you like video games at least, that you've at least played it or have seen footage of it. I mean, it's been re-released on 7 platforms, including a PC, across 3 console generations, putting it up there with the likes of Skyrim in terms of re-releases. But it's likely that Skyrim will be the reigning champion, until the end of time. Taking a look at Steam alone puts the GTA 5 active player base at a crazy high level, and it's been like this for years. This continued success is likely due to the numerous updates the game gets even so many years after its release, adding significant content over time despite already being packed to the brim with things to do. But here's the problem. Modern GTA 5 packages are not just one game. It's 2. Grand Theft Auto 5 and GTA Online. Now, it's not GTA 5 that's been getting all these content updates. It's been GTA Online. But that's not what I'm talking about today. I will be talking about the original content that was on the PS3 and Xbox. That was on the original PS3 and Xbox 360 discs all that time ago. Other than the fact I'm playing it on a PC on the enhanced version, so maybe it's not the same, but whatever. Shush it! GTA 5, released on the PS3 and Xbox 360, to commercial and critical success in 2012. It offered a large open world that you could drive around in, listen to the radio in, all to your heart's content. Yup, that's it. And believe it or not, there's a story in the game too. I know. It's not like there's around 9 other games that follow a structure like this. That's silly. But let's see what the story is like. What's the worst that could happen? GTA 5 is a third-person shooter story game, sandbox, driving game. It's a cram whatever the fuck they feel like adding game. And might I just say, this box art is a mess. It's a collage of the 3 main characters, a dog, which you might think is a police dog, but no. A random helicopter, random lady, car, guy in gas mask, and motorcycle. None of this tells me anything about this game. So let's see what's the back say. Oh great, nothing. Bold of Rockstar not to include that much information on the box. I mean, granted, GTA 5 is the most popular and successful entry in the entire franchise, which actually seems to happen a lot for series. Like, you have GTA 5, for example, then you got Persona 5, Elder Scrolls 5, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Disgaea 5, Ocarina of Time, which is Legend of Zelda 5, and like Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is Smash 5. If you're not counting Smash Wii U and 3DS as as different entries. Those are both Smash 4. But I'm getting sidetracked. I'm sorry. Will you forgive me? Out the gate, GTA 5 just kind of irks me. Yes! Please! They're fine. Please put me in a satirical USA where murder and theft is about as commonplace as breathing. This is a great idea. It's not like other games make killing so common. Oh no. Oops. Alright, buckle in, cowboys. This is a long-ass story. The game starts out with us robbing a bank, pointing guns at innocent people, and less than 2 minutes have passed and we've already blown something up. It's like Christmas came early. We take money, and then we start mass murdering. while also swearing every few seconds, just to really make sure we get the message about how this game will continue onward before we get too deep. But the joke's really on us, we already spent our money. Going on, we start driving a car, I know, before we start killing people again, right before we take a quick break and change my graphics settings and crank them up to take advantage of my trusty open box Radeon RX 9060 XT 16GB VRAM. And I decided I am not a look of the performance and ray tracing, so I turned it off. Yeah, fine. I mean, I'll take roughly 80 FPS. Once the settings have been changed, everyone dies, except this guy. Oh, this guy faked his death, so you know what? Never mind. We cut to the not actually dead guy in therapy, who knows how many years later, and he's bitching about his son, calling his crime escapades a better use of time than whatever his son's doing, which just goes to show how much of a good dad he's been. Spoiler alert, this is a recurring theme. After we get introduced to another character, this is Franklin, by the way, he repos cars, totally legitimately. But even for somebody who does that as a job, he seems to suck at driving. It's totally not me who sucks, it's him. It's him who sucks. Once we crash a little bit, we meet our employer, and then nothing happens, except of course mass murder. And Franklin even agrees with me on the fact that it's mass murder, but doesn't seem to care that much, cause funnies, I guess. Nothing happens for a bit longer until we repo a car, and apparently not actually a dead guy who's just laying in there waiting for us and has a gun to our head, because that makes sense. Yes, he was in fact fully aware that somebody might break into his house to take the car back. Sound reasoning. Now 2 of the main characters have been introduced. I then learned that you can play tennis. Why? And I made a huge blunder by actually choosing to play tennis and picking to do 1 set. And this took 20 minutes! I can't even care for 10. Franklin and Michael, now best buds, save Michael's son because he's an idiot. Maybe better parenting would have fixed this. Then Franklin goes with his other best and worst friend at the same time to piss off some gangsters. And we see the dog from the box art. Nowhere near as menacing in the actual game, but whatever. And then after all of this time of nothing burgerness, we finally get to the inciting incident of the game. Michael gets cucked by a tennis coach that he hired for his wife. So of course, that means we have to go wreck his massive house. Yes, very sound reasoning, big boy, very mature. Better he do that than sit in the cuck chair, I suppose. Oh, man. Turns out, this house did not belong to the tennis coach.
Wow. Who would have guessed that?
The house actually belonged to some lady that her sugar daddy paid for. And that's who Franklin and Michael now have to worry about paying back. And pray tell, how do we get the money? You guessed it, robbing a store! And while we're at it, kill a few more people! It's not like we didn't have enough blood on our hands, because apparently it's worth it to old Michael here. Father of the Year, everybody. Not to mention, before this, we kill another dude, this time on live television, so our little mastermind here, who planned the robbery, can get ahead on his day trading. And not to mention also, before the robbery, we destroy our son's TV, then take him bike riding, then take our daughter from some gangsters, and then more killing with Franklin. After the robbery, we finally start getting somewhere. Michael's old co-conspirator, Trevor, has learned Michael is not actually Mr. Dead Guy. And then after some dumb luck that he's on the right news channel, and the guy they're interviewing just happens to say the exact right thing that makes Trevor's alarms go wee wee woo. And after committing mass murder to pass the time and keep his meth business afloat, Trevor goes to find Michael. While this is happening, we learn that Michael's contact in the government who helped him fake his death and to keep him in witness protection is not very happy about this robbery. Go figure. Trevor finds Michael. And what's the first thing they do together? Grab Michael's daughter from getting nearly sexually harassed on live TV and totally not making a scene, while chasing the guy who did the nearly harassing and embarrass him while he gives TMI. If you couldn't tell by now, Trevor's little cuckoo in the head. If the mass murdering people that wasn't even self-defense wasn't clue enough. Moving on, Michael gets cucked again, and his son, and his son drugs him, which looks a bit like this. And his whole family dips. And honestly, fair. I'm surprised it didn't move out sooner, considering how many bodies this man has and how unstable he is, but it's better late than never. From here, the story kind of splits. A, the government dude keeping Michael under wraps is now in hot water because of Michael's robbery and Trevor coming back. So now Michael has to do dirty work to both keep his agent friend's job and stay protected as a result, because government corruption, that's something we love to see. And then B, Trevor wants to keep robbing, I guess to feel young again. I really don't know. It keeps the plot moving forward, I suppose. And just a little tidbit. Trevor comes on a bear. I'm calling him Cum Bear. I hate it. It's gross. It's unnecessary. Why did they do this? Were the writers at Rockstar sober when they wrote this? Oh, unlikely. All scenes with Trevor are nothing short of fever dream. And then following this is objectively the worst mission in the entire game. No doubt, full stop, awful. We have to torture an innocent dude. I think he's innocent anyway. Maybe I should double check that. We're given multiple methods to torture this guy, and now I'm left with a dilemma. How on God's green earth am I supposed to minimize the damage I do to this clump of pixels? Well, I choose to waterboard him. Twice. And I would have had to do it more times. You're supposed to continue torturing him to get more information on the target you're trying to assassinate, but I just looked up what the target looked like because I was getting real uncomfortable. And this wasn't even the first time that I've done the mission. And just to rub salt in the ruined, yeah, we're gonna go with ruined, you are rewarded for using all of the available torture methods. Excuse me? Hello? Put these guys on a watch list, for Christ's sake. This is my least favorite part of this entire game. I don't know why it's here, and I don't know exactly how Rockstar wants me to feel about it, since they encourage me to have some variety in how I torture. After that, we get a change of pace. We get scammed out of cocaine, kill those people, and then rob a boat, kill those people. And then the thing we take from the boat would make us an even bigger target than we already are. Lovely! So we have to return it and don't make any money. Double lovely. After that, Franklin is now a hired assassin because this almond here needs an advantage in the stock market.
Man, I love how this game warrants killing people. It's so realistic.
Is this at all relevant to the overall plot? No! Meanwhile, some government agents commission the three main characters to kill other government agents for money, so they can't allegedly start a war on the streets. And for this comes one of the funniest scenes in the game.
Listen, we need help with something else. Some of the government, some of it is pretty corrupt.
Not your bit, right?
Yes, but we're corrupt in a good way.
And then Michael gets put in contact with this dude, Devin Weston. And then we get missions that just don't matter that much. He's nothing short of a plot device for later, but we'll get to that. Michael also meets a movie dude. Cool, I guess. Then Michael reunites with Sugar Daddy and does a job for him. And then Trevor kidnaps his wife. Cool, I guess. Then Trevor tries and fails to steal a cache of weapons from a private military. Cool, I guess. Then two government dudes need to fight some terrorism. So they get Michael, Trevor, and Franklin to get money to finance it. And surprise, surprise, they do it through robbery. Ooh, but it's okay. These are corrupt cops they're robbing. Like every single group of people in this game.
Wow.
Then Michael and Trevor go to steal a thing to make Mr. Sugar Daddy happy again after stealing his wife, as well as returning said wife. Cool, I guess. Then the two government dudes finally get their hands dirty and help out with the terrorist job. Turns out they had some stuff that could kill everybody if it gets out. Man, sure hope that doesn't foreshadow any consequences.
Spoiler alert. It doesn't.
And then Trevor pretty much just kills two people for fun. Two innocent people, mind you. Sure, the lady pulled a gun on him, but that was her home. And the other dude, he was completely innocent here. And in more devastating news, the fucking cum bear was put on Trevor's truck. Why? But now Michael, Trevor, and Franklin have their sights set on the big score. The big bank. The, Uncle Dipper Snoddle. But before that, we get a major plot twist. What we, the player, and Trevor learn is that Michael and Trevor's old accomplice, Rad, has been mega dead and was buried in Michael's place. What I haven't mentioned yet is that Trevor was put under the impression that after the bank robbery from the intro, his accomplice Brad was put in prison, and not dead. He believed this so much that he wanted to blasting Brad out of prison. But Michael dismisses the idea. Now Trevor is just a little mad. Then a bunch of Chinese dudes show up to kidnap Michael with the notion that Trevor would save him. And another spoiler warning, he would not. In some of the early Trevor missions, he pisses off some Chinese drug dealers that wanted to move in on his territory. So he didn't let that happen. And because Trevor wouldn't save Michael, Franklin now has to, and that's about the extent of it. Ooh, well look at this. The government dudes need Michael and friends' help again, this time getting rid of evidence that might put government dudes at risk. But hey, Michael's family's back, and things aren't getting much better. They're all one crappy family saying stupid things.
And then I'm gonna sell my story and become really judgmental. And I'm gonna use all the contacts I make in treatment programs to become a producer too. And I'm gonna make even shittier movies than my dad does. 'Cause
Wow, I'm gonna be a doctor.
Directly following this, Michael has to defend himself and his family from a home invasion. And this is what finally causes his wife to say something affectionate. Then we finally get to rob the unicorn daisies. I mean the Uncle Double Snoddle. I mean the bank. And we rob it. Yup. Literally nothing special. But wait, we have one final mission to do, where the entire purpose of Devin Weston's existence is revealed. To be pissed at Michael and present the opportunity for us to kill Michael. The government wants us to kill Trevor, for obvious reasons, I think, but we can try to save both of them. I wonder which one we should choose.
I'd like to say that this isn't personal, but it is personal.
But the feds, man, the feds have told me to kill Trevor, and I obviously can't kill them both.
On my first playthrough of this game, I actually opted to kill Trevor because he was easily my least favorite, and I thought that all of the options would equate to one of the characters of the cast dying, which is true for two of the options, but I did not know for option C that it would save all three of them. Whoops. So I went with that this time, and they all survive. I still hate Trevor though. He can die many times over before. Whoops. one's over there. There we go. Yeah, good enough. Okay. Wow. Then the final mission proceeds where we just kill people that are on our asses, and that's it. We just kill them, and then the game ends, and I am nowhere near satisfied. Credits roll, but I'm too busy uninstalling the game to look at them. Do I like this game? Nope. I don't have many issues with this game, but that's because my issues are quite major. This game is repetitive as all get out. Drive, shoot, drive, shoot, phone call, drive, drive, drive. I get there's a bunch of crap to do outside of the actual story, but why should I give a crap? This isn't what I bought the game for. I came to kick ass and drive cars, and I'm all out of cars. The issue lies with that kicking ass simply isn't fun. You just mow down waves of endless bodies until a cutscene plays or you have to start driving. And sure, there's boating and flying, but those aren't very fun either. Sure, it works. This entire game works almost flawlessly when I'm doing the same thing for nearly 20 hours, I just want it to be over. There aren't new enemy types. Some enemies just have high-level bulletproof vests to take more body shots, and the weapons don't vary the gameplay. They're just an alternate sound and spread for how you feel like decorating the walls that day. Hell, I was getting so bored, I was doing stupid shit in missions that caused me to die, because dying is quite easy if you're not in cover, which isn't the worst thing. It keeps you on your toes a little bit. Special abilities are useless, save for Franklin's, because driving better is infinitely more important than shooting because of how easy it already is. But just for fun, I'll rank the abilities. 1, Franklin. 2, Michael. 3, Trevor. It's a crime I can't use Franklin's ability in all 3 of them, because that would by far be better. Slowing down time is better than more damage, because you can just hit headshots anyway. And because of that, Trevor's ability is already outclassed by the time he's introduced. And I also forgot to use them all of the time, except for Franklin's ability, because it's actually so useful. It saves more time than crashing and recovering and feels pretty good to use. A slight gripe I have is the movement, particularly out of combat, but even then it could be annoying. I can't be too mad because it's for realism's sake, but for sometimes I just want to stop running on a dime and not waste an extra 5 seconds trying to do whatever. The police and wanted system is the least fun part about this game, because let me tell you something. Running from the police in this game is not a high-speed chase. It's a game of hide and seek. The typical strat is this. Make the cops lose sight of you, then find a parking garage, get to the stop that's supposed to say top. I wrote stop. Whoops. And pray that the cops don't make it to the top before they spot you again. The cops will always be in your general area and will move on your location even if they can't see you. So then they either see you and the chase is back on, or you get lucky and the cops leave you alone. Because even if they see you right after you lose your wanted level, they don't care at all. Unless you commit another crime, of course. But we'd have to have some words if you decided to attack or rob somebody right in front of the cops. I've already talked about the mission structure, but I just have to bring it up again. It's so tedious and insipid. It's almost always just drive to a location and kill somebody. The game might have you interact with an object every once in a while, or make you fly something in an awkward way, or parachute, but those are so few and far between that most of the game you'll be sending people through the firing line for better or worse reasons. Missions hardly bring anything new. They just take pre-existing pieces and moves them around, or removes pieces entirely. Like, yeah, there are several missions where you're not gunning people down, but those are even more boring. It's walking, talking, press a couple buttons, or drive, and mission complete. I don't mind when it gets talky. I'm actually very intrigued by it. When it's not accompanied by anything interesting, I just don't care and want to move on. Speaking of moving on, I have mixed opinions about the game's story. But what I'm very lucid on is the characters. I hate them so much. There is not one likable character in this game. Not even Michael's kids. I wonder where they got that from. They're all selfish, killers, corrupt, and /or plain assholes that rarely have any redeeming qualities about them. And Franklin is the closest it gets to being somewhat redeemable because he kind of has a conscience. Sure, he kills people, but he seems to be the most self-aware about it, at least out of the rest of them. And in other news, Franklin is the most willing to help his friends, and even plays with a dog. Now, Trevor and Michael, I don't think we have to discuss them. You know, Michael's wife tells him to stop cheating on her, but you don't actually have to do that in the game itself. Not to mention it's hypocritical as all hell.
Dr. Friedlander, or my yoga teacher, or our tennis coach, or the juice guy, or the dog walker.
Oh, hey.
Or Jimmy's third grade teacher.
Or the trash guy.
Or Dad's proctologist.
Or the guy that thinks he's Jesus on Vespucci Beach.
Or the hippie bum who thinks the world is ending.
And then the story itself. At its core, it's easy to follow. 3 dudes are trying to make money while also helping some corrupt government agents keep them under wraps and out of prison. But every cutscene just throws out a bajillion buzzwords to sound more complicated than it is. Most important missions are money, terrorists, corrupt government agents, or they're on to us. And for all of the rest of the missions, plain fluff, no denying it. Unless I'm missing something, which I don't think I am, the Devin Weston and Solomon Richard quest lines only serve to give the option to kill Michael later, because there is no real good excuse otherwise. Nothing that happens is of consequence to the grand scheme of things. But it's kind of there. And why not, Franklin? Why can't you kill them both? What's stopping you? I don't think anybody would give a toss if they both died. In fact, it might make everyone happy in the long run. Save for Michael's family, but even that's pushing it. You know what would have been a better ending? If both Trevor and Michael, or better yet, all 3 of them died at the end of the game. It would be better for some kind of lesson, because I have no idea what this game is trying to tell me. Like, are you really going to say that after all of what just happened, the main characters don't have any major consequences? They all just leave pretty casually after killing Weston. Where's the karma? I understand that'd be a cliche, but cliches aren't exactly bad. And if Danny Trejo taught us anything, it's that crime doesn't pay. So show us that, Rockstar. It baffles me too, because neither Red Dead game has this problem. I don't want to spoil too much, but there are consequences in those games, and it has likable characters, and Red Dead 1 came out before GTA 5, so it's not like Rockstar didn't have this kind of idea in their head yet. It makes me wonder what kind of vision Rockstar has for GTA as a series, because I certainly can't tell. Maybe it's only an issue with this game. I have GTA 4 and 3, haven't played them yet, guess I'll try them at some point and find out. And there's fluff in this game that isn't story relevant at all. The assassination missions with Franklin do nothing. They manipulate the in-game stock market, which is a completely optional mechanic, but these missions are not. They could have easily cut these missions from the main story and put them on the side at least. No need to pad the main story, which takes long enough as it is. The game does look quite nice. However, even before I cranked the graphics settings up, it looks quite nice still. And this is a game from 2012, and that's one of Rockstar's biggest strengths as a company. Great looking graphics and animations, and that's about all I can say about it. The acting in this game was incredible. Every voice actor does a fantastic job, the main cast especially. They also did the motion capture for their characters, and were also the likenesses used for the faces. There isn't a scene in this game where you don't feel the emotions of each character. They are expressive, and it's brilliant, while also sometimes feeling like real people. Do you want to play a game that fixes almost all of the issues of GTA 5, keeping all of the good parts, and then adding so much cool stuff on top of that? Play Cyberpunk 2077. I mean it. Play it. It is one of the greatest GTA style games you'll ever play. Plus really cool RPG elements with a story and characters that are so much better and actually have an impact that you'll like the characters. The story will have such a much bigger impact on you. It's amazing, and it has one of the best DLCs ever made for any game. It is incredible. Go play it, and you're gonna not regret it. And it costs the same as GTA 5 retail anyway, I think. Don't quote me on that one. I need to check that. And in conclusion, GTA 5 is fine. I personally don't like it at all, but it is incredibly well made and has high production values. But there really isn't saving it much for me, especially with the repetition and sort of mediocre writing. I really don't know what they were going for with it. And with all the repetition and padding, it could so easily be fixed by just cutting out stuff from the main story. The game already has an incentive, well, not an incentive, but encourages you just go do random crap. Like, literally, just like, these are now open, this is now open, everything is now open! Just like, okay, well, why not add more things that you can just do for fun? Especially because a lot of those missions aren't even story relevant. At all. Like, the Franklin assassination missions. What's the point of them? And will I ever play this game again? No. I am not playing this game again. Anytime soon. Hopefully never. But never say never. Out of 10, how to rate this game? It's a 5. It's a 5. It's middle of the road. It's not awful. I wouldn't call it good. I mean, a 5 would be failing in the American education system, but not here. I was like, I mean, there's things I'd rather be doing, but there's also things I'd rather do. Well, like, GTA 5 is a thing that I'd rather do over a lot of other things. Like, oh, I don't know, literal torture. I mean, I suggest you play other games, and like, if you want a story game, Observe. This is Max Payne. This is a great game, much shorter than GTA 5, much better story too, grips you a lot more, has a nice noir style. This is all my own footage, by the way, from my Twitch streams. This was like 2 years ago, almost. You're right, yeah, about 2 years, close. Twitch.tv/CarpoonSan. Please go watch. We're at 57 followers. Let's get the number up. Just look at it. It's beautiful. Ignore that TV. I don't use that one anymore. Focus on this one. This one's better. Goodbye. Have goodbye.